Welcome back to Two Gays Take On. Before we start today, I want to thank our sponsors for this season. We have Dream Drop Bath Bombs, which donated 6 bath bombs for our giveaway. And then also Viren Apothecary, which has donated 2 bottles of cleaning supplies for the giveaway.
I love that.
It's 100% pet friendly too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. That's not even a they're sponsoring us and I want to talk good about them. I love pet friendly cleaning products. I clean my house neurotically every day.
I live for that.
That's
Same.
the best.
I just cleaned my room. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Love the new furniture.
But today we're gonna tread very carefully on the topic of Donald Trump.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But we don't want to offend anyone, and we obviously understand that not everyone in politics is gonna agree, whether you're a liberal or conservative. But I think the most important thing is when you're diving into the topic of politics, you have to stay open and you have to be receptive to the other side and willing to hear them out. And that's where our society, I feel, fails, is that if you don't agree with someone on politics, you're like, I'm gonna unfriend them, I don't want to talk to them. Oh my god, yeah. I am Dex, and I am that slut that knows your dad's pin code.
I'm Jake, and I'm a ficus plant sent to raise social awareness.
I love that. A ficus plant.
Yeah. I saw your little thing in a jar.
Beautiful.
Which is not a ficus at all.
Do you even plants, bro?
No. You had to plant those plants for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not the troll in Central Park.
Me either.
I love that movie. Anyways.
But Donald Trump, I wanted to record this episode because we all got that alert on our phone, which by the time you listen to this, it'll have been weeks from now. But it was the Federal Emergency Management Agency sending out a national alert.
I hated that it said presidential warning, and I immediately just went, oh my god, what did he do?
Yeah.
Is that sad?
Did you know it was happening before?
No.
Oh, I knew.
My phone just started vibrating, and it scared the ever-loving shit out of me. My work desk started vibrating like the building was gonna fall down.
Yeah, so basically the FEMA agency,
okay,
to break it down simply as the government puts it, is an emergency system in case the United States has some sort of natural disaster like a nuclear bomb coming our way, or we have a massive amount of hurricanes, or
oh my god, this is also everything I'm terrified in my life of.
And they set it in place so that they would be able to gather U.S. citizens all together and put them in camps and be able to keep them safe.
What?
But yeah, here's where the theory gets crazy. So there has been a really popular theory around FEMA camps, and it's been around since the early 70s. But because
they already exist?
Oh yeah,
that's a thing.
It's a full-on company. It's a branch of the government that they run and operate under the government jurisdiction. That's how they can send out alerts to our phones without, my phone isn't even on. I don't even have service, and I still got the alert. Yeah, and it's so that they can reach a majority of U.S. citizens and keep them safe. But the theory is that they believe that FEMA camps is planning on imprisoning U.S. citizens in concentration camps, typically described as following the imposition of martial law in the United States after a major disaster or crisis. In some versions of the theory, only suspected residents will be imprisoned. In more extreme versions, large numbers of U.S. citizens will be rounded up for extermination to set up the New World Order.
Oh, okay. I was with it until the end because that sounds like a Star Wars plot, but
yes. And
also, I feel like I can't believe it because if I do, I will be terrified.
Well, the government straight up came out and said these conspiracy theories are just that, conspiracy theories. Like, they're denying that this has anything to do, like, they're saying that that's not what FEMA is at all.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course they are.
but
Even if it was true, they wouldn't.
but the New World Order is supposed to be very powerful people who all have like-minded, like, interest in politics and government and the future of wealth in this country.
I hate this.
Yeah. And if you think about it, if they wanted to save every U.S. citizen in the country, they would have to build camps everywhere in every single city across the country and be like, everyone's going to be saved.
Right.
And
I don't
what store
even
is
know
in every city? Walmart.
So that's the okay. You're losing me a little bit here.
But hear me out. Walmart has no windows. It's concrete walls. They have cell blockers inside their buildings. Even the windows on the roof.
Walmart
like
has cell blocks?
crazy.
That's wild. Why do they have those?
I don't know. I have no idea.
If you're the Walmart CEO listening to this, please.
He has way better things to do.
Leave a comment. Tell us why.
Meanwhile, he's like wiping his ass with Paris Hilton's CD and is like, love to shit on other rich people. But so this theory I didn't believe in because, you know, Walmart's Walmart. Yes, they're a greedy corporation, but I don't think that they want to necessarily do that. But what gets crazy is that there's an alleged underground military tunnel that stretches all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. And they use it for transporting...
Would that even be possible, though?
Yeah. Because they have this tunnel, like, it's officially started, but it's never been confirmed that it's finished.
People have seen it?
Yes, like, it was a real government project. They started in California, and they were working their way down through Texas.
And it was for military purposes?
Yeah, but they never finished it, allegedly. But so, over the course of 3 months, 6 Walmarts, all across the nation, all dotting over the same line, closed down for no reason. Straight up said they were closing. Employees got let go. Some of them were partially open and were like running their pharmacies. And there's videotapes of like people going there to pick up their medicine, and it's boarded up, guarded by military personnel. Like there's an officer with an assault rifle standing outside telling her she can't film when she goes inside.
In Walmart?
Yeah. Like to pick up her medicine.
God, that really would just be the way that this all ends, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That Walmart kills all of us.
And so,
with their affordable prices.
What's their slogan? The smile that smiles back or something? The savings that smile back.
Yeah. Smiley face killer. Confirmed. It's Walmart.
But yeah, I totally like am a firm believer in this, and like it's so crazy and out there, but it's one of those things that our country is getting so deep into this dark hole.
I mean, it is, but I don't know if I can hop on the bandwagon right away on this one. Ooh. I'm a very big pessimist isn't the right word. What would
realist?
Yeah.
Not a conspiracy theorist. Think of like King of the Hill. You're like Bobby Hill and I'm like Dale Gribble. I'm like, the aliens! And you're like, that's my purse!
That's my purse! Pocket sand. I can't really, I don't know why. I think people like conspiracy theories because it's exciting. Nobody wants to believe that the world really is just boring and politicians are just not the greatest people.
100%.
I remember reading this thing from
Slaughterhouse.
Kurt Vonnegut. Thank God, that was gonna kill me. And the whole point of it isn't even that exciting. I read this really good thing from Kurt Vonnegut once where he explained that the reason drama happens in our lives is because we get taught about plot structures. You know, like we pick it up from TV and books and all of this.
And that sets our concepts for real.
Yeah, so we inherently want things in our life to be exciting, whether that's from drama or love or events, whatever, that we needed to reach like this crescendo and follow like the standard plot line of a book. And
Mhm.
that changed my view of the world a lot, actually. I should find it someday and send it to you because it was really interesting.
I'll pirate it.
But I totally I not that's why I feel like that's where conspiracy theories come from, is our inherent need for things to be exciting, you know?
I totally see that because sometimes I read about conspiracy theories that are so crazy that I'm like, someone is just like bored with their life and is like, Miley is a lizard. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I would live if Miley Cyrus was a lizard person.
Okay.
I'd still be her BFF. I would hang out with her. I'd watch her little lizard tongue do that thing.
The flick.
Yeah.
But speaking of lizard people, there's another theory that like the people in power are lizards.
We
So,
are not
getting back
doing-
to our topic. Is Donald
if
Trump
this
a
all
lizard?
leads to lizard people, I'm done.
It's not. I don't think Donald Trump is a lizard. I don't think lizard people are even real. I think that's one of those ones where someone is so goddamn bored with their life that they're like, look, the camera flashed in their eye and it's a lizard.
All of that lizard people stuff is just wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to give whoever shout out to the person who thought up lizard people conspiracy, because honestly, what a plot line.
Yeah. You are
You
a
could've-
creative person.
Yeah, you could have taken those talents and become a New York bestseller. Like, holy shit.
But instead, you're living in a basement, probably writing this lizard
With,
fanfic.
with pin boards everywhere, with strings leading to things.
Oh, what a disaster. Speaking of which, this whole presidency, though, like,
It has been a disaster.
yes. And I don't mean that in, like, a sense of, like, our country is, like, dead and we're all dying right now.
I feel, we're going to use my I statements. I feel that everything is not necessarily in as post-apocalyptic a tragedy as we are making it out to be. I think
I
things are
agree.
definitely in rough shape, but I mean, I've had my dad call me and say that Trump is going to enforce military law and the world is doomed. And
Hello, FEMA camps.
I know. I can't, if I believed that, I wouldn't be able to function on a daily basis.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe that's because I have anxiety and I'm an anxious person, but if I believe that that terror is real, that will consume me.
yeah. I think that this whole presidency is bad. You know, I don't think anyone's really winning. I don't think the conservatives are winning because they're not going to want to reelect a conservative person after Donald Trump. you know?
No.
And I don't think the Democrats are winning because, like, the anti-gay laws are being put in place. They're rounding up immigrants who are trying to come to America. And no
It's-
one's winning.
No, it's a tragedy. I don't even know where to start with all of it. I was gonna say one of the parts that bothers me is I don't feel well represented by Donald Trump going out into the world, meeting other political
Yes.
leaders and things. And I feel like that's really important.
That is actually very scary because I've never thought about that, of, like, him having to go meet other nation officials. Like,
Oh,
that's kind
it's
of a scary
wild to
thought.
hear other non-Americans talk about America is wild.
Oh, I've seen on
I have
Tumblr. They're
I
like,
have friends in Europe and
They pray for
Africa
us.
and stuff. Yeah, I had one of them tell me that they like wouldn't study abroad here because they'd be too afraid about how many guns we have. And I tried to explain, yes, maybe I don't even want to dive into gun control today, but
yeah.
like, you don't go to the supermarket and Granny Jojo behind you pulls out a pistol.
Yeah.
It's not. I
That's
mean,
the way the media portrays it. So
very biased opinion because we live in a small town, but crime around here is pretty bad, anyways.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. I just think that I think that our country is in rough shape, but I don't think it's anything that we can't repair. And I also feel like if he, as a president, wants to listen and take the voice of the people, that would mean a lot to everyone, you know?
Yes.
I think just even trying or attempting to hear someone out is very important.
If anything, what I hope this does for our country is it's like a big reset button.
Like, we're all, like,
People,
awake. We're
yeah,
shook awake.
people are paying attention. I mean, I feel that the hype about how terrible things are with him has died down, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to lean towards a bad thing because we're just becoming desensitized to his madness.
Yeah.
But I feel that it's brought more attention on what happens in politics because I feel like you'd have to be crazy to not believe that the next election is going to be
Absolutely crazy.
bazonkers. Straight up nutter butters. If we don't break record number of voters, I will be sincerely shocked.
Speaking of which, you know, we're talking about Donald Trump, but the one thing I've taken away from this presidency is I did not vote. I am a contribution to the reason our country is the way it is because I did not
feel
want to
guilty
act.
too.
And you know what? Next time I'm ready to register. I'm ready to go out and vote. I'm ready to like take it seriously and get myself out there.
Yeah. I mean, I always have wanted to be more into politics. I just get so downtrodden and sad from reading all of it that it starts to get overwhelming. But I do feel like I contributed to this mess because now that you say that, I didn't go vote that day either because I 100% believe that there was no way that Hillary was going to lose.
Oh, for sure. And as a Democrat,
not even that I necessarily like fully stand behind Hillary Clinton.
No.
But the other side was literally a satire of what a human being is.
I think everyone in this whole country can literally agree that it was just an election between two people who were both awful. No one wanted them to run this country. And I think we just like somehow got to where we are.
I mean, I wanted a woman president just so we could say we had a woman president.
But Hillary, who's whipping and nay-naying.
Oh my god. I'm just here chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Watch me whip.
I love that vine so much. Here chilling in Cedar Rapids.
At least her content was wholesome. Some of the things that Donald Trump has said
are terrible.
Yes, should have automatically disqualified him as a president because that's...
I don't know how much more it's going to take before something is actually done.
Will anything ever be done?
I don't think so. That's the heartbreaking thing. I think we are stuck riding this out for the full 4 years, which is just the fucking worst. But at the same time, if he got impeached, we'd be stuck with Mike Pence. And
that's even worse for us because we're gay and he hates the gays.
Yeah. I remember I got physically sick thinking about that when Donald Trump was elected. I almost cried in my living room because I was sitting there and I was like, dear God, all of the progress that we have made in the past 10, 15, 20 years could be wiped out over the course of 4 years.
I feel we're using our I feel words.
Our I statements.
I don't want to sound ignorant because honestly, I am a little uneducated on politics.
Oops.
Because of the way that social media works, I'm stuck within this closed bubble of articles that they supplied me that they want me to read because they know of who I subscribe to.
Sure.
But I feel that, yes, Donald Trump has made a lot of fuck-ups and, you know, he has said a lot of vulgar things. But once he became our president, the one thing that really upset me was that people were saying, like, not my president, which, you know, it's just a phrase, but still, that is now your president. You have to understand that you have to live in this reality with him as your president.
I understand what you're saying, and I understand the opposite side. The
yeah,
the sentiment that I don't support him.
Right.
And as messed up as our system is, I feel I feel that you still need to support the system.
give it a chance.
Yeah, and if you're going to complain about it, that's why I try not to talk about politics a lot, because honestly, I am willfully ignorant about it, which is probably terrible. So I try not to chime in because I don't feel that as a person who doesn't educate themselves about it, that I should not chime in and give an opinion. Because my opinion would just be based on knee jerks and gut reactions instead of.
Yeah. And that's what kind of sucks too, is that as someone who isn't as involved in politics, you can't just go out there and like start talking or join a conversation if someone's talking about it, because people react so strongly to political discussions that they're gonna like get angry, they're gonna be upset, which is crazy.
I feel that it always falls back on this bizarre idea that I don't know if it extends to other parts in the world, but I definitely feel like it extends to Americans, that you cannot have a civil argument.
Oh my god.
Um, people would probably use the word debate to more actually describe what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But an argument does not need to be a screaming fight. A civil argument can be a discussion about viewpoints, and maybe at the end you do say, I agree to disagree, but it doesn't. People get violently aggressive about you trying to
prove them wrong or
yeah,
state out the opposite.
Somehow you not agreeing with their opinion is you implying that they are not a good person, or that it's connected to their value as a human being. And that's not what it's about at all.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's something that we can agree on, is that when you're in an argument or a debate, like political or not, like you need to be receptive to the other side.
Yes.
Understand that they're an individual. They have their own opinion and their own thoughts and beliefs.
I mean, within reason. Because if a Nazi,
for sure,
came up or something, or
and
a
they're
KKK
like,
member, and I would be like, okay, you need to piss all the way off. You are part of the problem, not the solution.
Yes. Those white people that were with all the tiki torches, like if they come up to you, don't listen to them.
For fuck's
just walk away.
Sake.
Just turn around and
of
be like,
course,
bye.
too. That really isn't that just the perfect image. They're going to start a goddamn riot with fucking tiki torches from
Lowe's.
Yeah, like wow. That's really scary, Brenda.
So let me ask you this. What do you think would be the best case scenario? Like at the end of these 4 years, what do you think would be the best case scenario for our country? Where do you think we would be?
Okay, I'm going to do my best at this, because I just admitted that I'm uneducated about all of this. Best case scenario for me, I think no matter what, we are stuck riding out 4 years of this.
I agree.
I don't think there's an out. I don't think it's going to happen. So I feel that we find a way to get involved, people all around the country, to minimize the damage that he is doing. We finish out the 4 years. It creates more of an awareness of what people want in politics and how to approach it, and we do better the next time. Do I think the next presidency is somehow going to be this golden gift from God?
Oh, no, God, it's going to be a mess.
No.
They're going to be walking into a shitstorm.
I feel bad because, whoever the next president is basically going to spend 4 years picking up the pieces of this fucking disaster. I just think that we need to be more aware. I'm a broken record at this point, but
I agree, though.
Hopefully people learn from this. We learn from this as a society.
Yes.
And use it as something to push ourselves forward. But that applies to everything, all the way down to the individual level, is you should take things that negatively affect you, do your best to solve them or minimize damage, and then use it as a tool to continue forward.
Honestly, just be a good person.
Be a good person. Rule number 1. which is surprisingly difficult for some people.
Yes, it is. I'll admit that I am one of them.
I'm not. That's.
You're a very good person.
I don't think I'm a good. I don't think I'm a good person.
No,
a lot
you're
of
such
the
a good
time.
person.
Thank you.
I think
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I think best case scenario, I think, like you said, we're stuck riding this out for 4 years. I don't think he's gonna get assassinated. I don't think he's gonna get impeached. I don't think like anything's gonna happen.
Oh,
So I think 4 years from now, we're probably gonna come out of this presidency, and whoever goes into office next, a Republican or a Democrat, is still going to have to pick up all of his pieces. And I think the first whole year of their presidency is going to be trying to fix what loose programs he has, what loose bills he has left open.
I think that's the scariest part is things in politics do not. It sounds like things move fast in politics because of news
But they do
and
not.
stuff, but a lot of the stuff that they talk about doesn't even get implemented until literally years later.
Yes.
Which is the scary part, like, of going in to pick up all those pieces. They're probably going to try to shut them down before they ever actually get started.
Oh, yeah.
See, I struggle with the politics of this because as a human being, I don't comprehend. I don't comprehend it. I understand that money runs the world, but I don't understand how money can stop you from saying, I want to save a person's life.
Well, so here's a moral question.
Shit.
I don't really I wouldn't say that I'm a liberal or a conservative, but just as a human being, if you could give up, like, I don't know, 5% of your paycheck every time you got a paycheck to ensure that there was a healthcare system that was put in place where there was free healthcare and there would be enough doctors and time to see people.
Oh, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Me too.
Easy. 5%, take it.
Yes.
That's what taxes and shit
I don't care
should
what
be
it
going
is.
to.
That's a whole nother thing, is where our taxes actually go. Have you looked into our taxes?
No.
Ooh, Minnesota taxes are a sad thing.
And then suddenly, like, we become super popular because there's 12 million comments talking about how goddamn wrong we are about everything we've said in this fucking episode.
I don't know.
I live. I mean, we have not hidden the fact that we are unqualified, inexperienced.
100%.
Have zero idea about what we're talking about most of the time.
I'm just basing my judgments off of Celebrity Apprentice.
It's like that Real Housewives clip. That's my opinion.
I love that. Closing thoughts?
I just want everybody to be okay.
Yeah.
I want people to love each other. Politics are important, but it's not a reason to trash on other people as human beings.
Yeah.
Unless they're neo-Nazis or KKK members. And then by that point, you need to smack some sense in them.
Yeah. I would say...
It was a metaphor. It was a poor fucking metaphor.
I would just say, try not to take politics too seriously and try and stay open to the other people who, like, are on the opposite side of you, because they're reading completely different articles than you because of the way that social media works.
Yeah.
And I also think
beware social media.
Yeah, I think just because you disagree with someone politically is not a reason to end, like, a 6-year friendship or something. Like, that's kind of stupid and ignorant.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say because...
So here's what I thought of.
Okay.
Because you said we need a sign out. And I thought you would love this.
Okay.
I thought every week we could sign out by saying something that we appreciate about each other. Do you love it?
I do. I was going to make a really mean joke and I caught myself.
It's going the other way.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate every time that you're there when I text you and have something important going on, or, like, I just feel like my life is in shambles and I'm Britney Spears running down the road with an umbrella. And you're like, it's okay, come over.
We got it. We got it.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate when you send me messages at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about serial killer shampoo commercials because those are the moments in life that I live for. Because that makes me feel good because in that moment you thought of me and that's my kind of madness.
Yeah, you were the only person I thought. I, at 2 in the morning, came up with this idea that a serial killer should host a Neutrogena commercial and should, like, splash their face and be like, this face wash gives me a second chance, and if anyone knows anything about second chances, it's me, Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm still reeling.
I love that.
I do.
That was our show, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and we would love to hear your input, not only on Donald Trump, but also on your viewpoints, what you believe in, what you think of this whole country right now, and also your thoughts just in general about where we are right now as a country.
But also remember, stay civil, like we talked about, and love each other.
If we see you in the comments bashing another person, we gon' come for you.
that is a great PR move. Just start going and throwing down shade in the comment section of your own video.
Why not? Amanda Bynes did it.
Queen Amanda.
If you have a friend like Amanda Bynes, share this podcast to her. She'll love it.
Yeah.